Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of your favorite podcast, guys. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about money, okay? Money, how to get money, and why you should get money, okay? It's going to be a very interesting topic because here's the truth. The truth is, people have very, very different motivations for wanting money, okay? I found out about it. I came in with assumptions that everybody wanted the same thing. And what happened is that I just asked my audience. I said, okay, what is your motivation for making money? So I asked, and then I also did some research, okay? So that was back in the days where, we had forums and stuff like that. And so basically I went on forums and started looking at discussions and threads and took note of what people were saying in there. And one thing I was looking for was understanding why people want more money in their life. And I was very, very surprised to see that what we think is number one, which is, I want a big house and I want a big car and stuff, is actually not, okay? So today I'm going to talk to you about one of my friends whose motivation for making money might actually resonate with you, some of you guys, I don't know, okay? So here's the thing. So this guy here, and I will say it's the same for me, but it's not about me here. So this guy is not interested in owning a big house. He doesn't want a big car. He doesn't want fancy travel. He doesn't want any of that stuff, which we just assume that is the main motivation for people, okay? And I can tell you that my motivation as well, it's very funny because none of my motivations, you have like images that come to your head when you ask people, what does your dream lifestyle look like, right? And people have this mansion, this White House, this blah, blah, blah. So I have none of that stuff. None. I don't have a vision of a specific house. I don't have a vision of a specific car. I don't have any of that stuff, okay? I just have a vision of me being free and having peace of mind. That's all I have, okay? And for this person, it's a little bit different. It is very different, actually. So basically, what happened is that he found himself in situations in the past where money was scarce and it was terrifying. It was stressful. Like super stressful is a person who's, I'll say preconditioned to like stress. And it was absolutely horrible. The uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen because you don't have any backup plan, you don't have any savings or anything. And so his motivation today is not to have a big house, is to make sure that he never experiences that again. So he doesn't need to make a ton of money, and he doesn't need to quit his job. He likes his job. He's like, hey, I like my job. Why would I quit? The only thing I want to do is to make sure that, dude, if something happens, then I'm fine. I don't have to stress because that will ruin my life. Okay? And it could be you, right? Because the problem is this, on the internet, and I am guilty of this as well. I'm not just like here pointing fingers and stuff, but people will throw you numbers, right? The numbers that they make, or sometimes that they don't make, okay? Me, I like to show all the numbers so you can see, but when I say something, you can say, hey, yes, this guy experiences it. But those numbers are like, oh, and I hear people saying, if you don't make 10 grand a month, then you're a nobody. You should be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't be able to look at yourself in the mirror. Stupid stuff like this, where now you think that unless you make at least $10,000, which is completely arbitrary, and it's usually like revenue, it's not necessarily profit, and a lot of these people don't actually make that money, then you're inadequate, okay? But let me tell you something. You don't need to make $10,000, okay? In his case, he doesn't need to make $10,000. He's more than happy. They will be very satisfied if he could have $500 every month that go towards his emergency fund. That's it. He doesn't need more. He doesn't need to change his lifestyle, go to fancy hotels, doesn't need to quit his job. He wants the peace of mind in case something happens. And you know how life works. There's always something that happens, right? The plan at the beginning of the month looks really, really nice. And then guess what? Bam, stuff happens. Your kid gets sick. Computer stops working. Something, car breaks down. You have to, pay stuff that you didn't think you had to pay. Okay? And that is his main motivation. So it could be that you, right there, looking at this, you're like, yes, that's exactly my problem. My problem is, look, I'm not trying to be, my ambition is not to be a millionaire. It's not something that drives me, prevents me from sleeping and stuff, which is the case for some people. My thing is, look, if I make $1 million, then hey, you don't like to say no, right? But it's not what's driving my life, okay? I'm content with the life that I have. Doesn't mean I don't have ambition. I just like to, enjoy the present situation of where I am. And this is an advice that I want everybody to follow is, it's good to have ambition, right? So that you move forward. But you have to take the time to appreciate what you have right now. Otherwise, life will suck. It will suck if you're never happy and never satisfied with anything because, there's more. Some guy has more, you know what I mean? And so, for those people, then, and that could be you. Please understand, you do not need to make $10,000 a month, okay? So building a system, okay, that is every single month, while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing right now, your job that you love, it's your passion, you don't want to change that, and you want something that works for you in the background, and then deposits $500, $300 or something, even $100. Some people are like, dude, $100 a month extra allows me to pay for all the bills, all the blah, 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 etc. Okay? So the number then, depends on kind of like the stuff that you have to pay. But we're not talking about $10,000 or $5,000 or something. It could be, let's say, $500. So imagine if every single month you had $500 that will lend into your emergency fund. Okay? And something happens. I don't know, you're changing job, you get laid off, you get something. You have a backup plan. You have peace of mind. Okay? And that is, some people in my mastermind, this is their motivation. Okay? And this is what they're trying to build. They're building the, the peace of mind, the security. It's like an insurance, So why does insurance work? With insurance, you're not trying to become a millionaire, right? I mean, unless you're doing, insurance schemes and scams and stuff, right? Insurance is designed to protect you and take care of business and make sure you don't stress in case of something tragic that happens. This is insurance, and this is why insurance works. It's because it basically fulfills our need to feel safe, okay? And you might be one of those people, okay? So what I teach people in the community and everything is not just go ahead, make as much money as possible and stuff. It's also, why do you need to make this money, okay? What is the money going to be used for? And what is the amount that you realistically need, okay? It's very, very simple. But once you've answered these questions, there is a lot of stress that's relieved from your shoulders. Like thinking that, oh my God, well, I thought I had to make 30 grand, but it turns out I only had to make 500, all right? And, it makes things a lot easier. But also, now we have a plan, and then we build the business that's going to basically help you fulfill that plan and put those $300, $400 in your bank account on automation every single month. So that at the end of the year, let's say it's 500, at the end of the year, you have an emergency fund of, let's say, $6,000, all right? Without having to change your habits, without having to do anything. And if stuff happens, you're covered, that taxes, something. Oh, you forgot to pay this. Now you have to pay this for taxes. Car breaks down. Something. You do not need to worry. Okay? So it's very important for me that you guys understand this, that there's not just one motivation for making money. And your motivation is just as good as any, regardless what people say. I'm saying this, maybe there's some people that are like, dude, why do you want so much money and stuff? But it's personal to you, you know what I mean? But just knowing that regardless what your motivation is, this is something that in my mastermind, my community, we can help you achieve, okay? By putting in place systems and automations that are basically going to do this in the background, okay? So if that does resonate with you and you feel like, hey, yes, that is me, that's my motivation, then by any means, get in touch. So there will be a link right under this video here that's going to say, work with me one-on-one or something. You know what? I should actually go and check what the link says, because in every video I tell you something approximated. Anyway. Yeah, we can work on this stuff together, okay? So that you have the best life at the end of the day for you. Because that is the point, is build the perfect life for you. My perfect life does not involve any specific material possessions, okay? It really does not. And I don't understand how that works. To be honest, like, for example, I look at like advertising and commercials and stuff like that. And I remember that back in the days, I saw this commercial and I was like, oh, I need this in my life. I want this, I want that, blah, blah, blah. But now the number of times when that happens is very, very rare. Like, I can appreciate the fact that, wow, this is a wonderful piece of technology or something, but I don't want it, right? It's not like something I desire and I have to go after it and stuff, It allowed me to build this life of, not that I'm a Zen Buddhist monk or something, but dude, I'm at peace. I love my life. I love how it's built, how it's designed. It's designed for me specifically, and designed to give me peace of mind. And I teach people how to design a life that's built for them, okay? So, for example, there's someone that I helped, and they grew their business, and their motivations were very, very different from mine. We're very different people. So, for example, my motivation is I just want to be home, working on my stuff, creating really cool stuff, and not having to deal with too many people, right? That's me, man. And so I designed my life for this, where their life was, they want to have time. So to be able to go out and spend as much time as possible with friends and going outdoors and meeting new people and stuff like that, which is a motivation that is admirable for them, okay? And I help them build this. Now, there are some other people whose life is, look, I don't want to deal with people, right? I don't. I'm introvert. I just want people drain my energy. I just want to be at home. I want to be alone. I want stuff to be automated. And I want to do my stuff in the shadows, in peace. Nobody knows me. And I can go relax somewhere. I help them do that too. We just need to identify what is it that you're trying to do. And then we set up the systems that will do this, okay? So again, if you recognize yourself in any of these examples there, or if you have your own motivations and you've never found a way to actually get to the promised land, then yeah, we can have a chat, right? Because again, I've helped people achieve their goal, and that for many different reasons. Okay, there's kind of like one destination, but people have different reasons for wanting to go there. And you need to appreciate that, and you need to understand this. Don't try to project your desires and your ambitions on other people. Like, yeah, you're going to be so famous, and then you're going to have this big mansion, and then you're going to go out to these parties and stuff. And maybe that's the last thing that the person wants. Okay, so in order to best help someone, you need to understand what is it that they want. Okay. That is pretty much it for me. I will see you in the next episode.